Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Roxy R. Hello, Memo. How are you guys doing today? I think I've got some in the bushes. Hello in the bushes. Come on in, come on in. I hope you guys are having a good day. As I always say, I may have to pause or mute because I do have children and I do have animals, dogs, that is. And I don't want the loudness to be there. Hey, Grace Paris. Just want you guys to know that everything on this channel are, in my opinion, and speculation. Just to let you guys know that this is an interesting story to me, considering what. Hello, Angel Live. Happy Sunday. Yes. Considering the different things we've heard. I don't want to really come out and say this. My mind's been running crazy all night long and all day today. But hey, Panda Bear's mom, come on in. It's almost like a connect the dot thing. Maybe a story that's going to go down in history, you know, as some would say. But I'm going to let you guys connect the dots today. Okay? I'm going to play this video. There was a family in California that had a mansion that they were running like it was set up like a motel, allegedly, with a front desk staff, allegedly. Okay. I don't know if there's any connections whatsoever with this, but this is just wild and crazy to me. And I've been praying, hey, Kathy, and y'all may not believe in the Lord. I have been praying, God, show us what's happening with these children and all the king of children, you know? And this is just crazy. There's one segment of when the surrogate mother talks, okay, that I'm going to rewind and play again, and I want y'all to hear pay special close to the agency that she went through to be a surrogate. Okay. What she said was she went on Facebook looking up surrogate mothers. Okay. Or how to be a surrogate mother. She was interested in it. And this lady popped on there and said, hey, and got her interested in it. And she has met the dad that ran this facility, but also the only time she ever met the mother of the child, the egg donor, was when she came to the hospital to get the baby. And she said she didn't even act like she cared for the baby. Hi, Rhonda, come on in. I'm trying to give you all time to come in because this is crazy. I know there's been some creators trying to connect the dots with certain children homes I'm not going to speak of because it's far-fetched. It's opinions, okay? But guys, man, oh man. Wait till you hear this. So, we're going to get started and we're going to go ahead and play. And I've gave credit in my description, okay, to News Nation. If you want to write that in the comments to anyone, I would appreciate it. I will figure out how to get mods sooner or later, and I will be picking some mods because I'm going to need them. I have a feeling. Hang on just a second. We will share the screen. But this is wild to me, and there's a lot of companies with the starting of this name. Okay. Wow, oh wow. Anywhere from, we'll just say, financial institutions to housing to children's homes to surrogacy. And I don't know if they're affiliated with each other. We don't know that. Okay. I'm not implying that by no means. But golly bum, guys. I'm I'm blown away. Okay. Here we go. And of course, my screen doesn't want to share. Hang on just a second. We're going to have to rewind it. Start from the beginning because I've been watching it.
Living in California, Chinese descent, 38-year-old Sylvia Zhang, 65-year-old husband. All right, so that's a little weird, but not that crazy these days. But it's what they were doing. A massive surrogacy scam. Why is it a scam? Well, they had 21 kids, aged 2 months to 13 years. All of them were removed by the state. 17 of the 21 kids were younger than 3. Most were born using multiple gestational surrogates, meaning the surrogate had no genetic link to the embryo they were carrying. The couple scammed surrogates into believing they wanted to have a second child after numerous failed rounds of IVF. So what were they up to and how did it unravel? Well, back in May, police were contacted by a hospital that suspected a 2-month-old had been abused. Cops went to the home and bingo, they saw this nanny shaking the baby on surveillance footage. That nanny is now on the run. The cops also found 15 kids living in the house and learned 6 more were staying with friends of the parents. All 21 kids were removed from the home and are now in foster care. The couple were arrested for neglect, but were released as cops continue to build a case against them. It's amazing who gets out of jail these days, isn't it? The couple say they wanted to have a large family, and any accusations of wrongdoing are misguided and wrong. They wanted a large family where not all of them live with them and have to live with their friends. Let's bring in Kayla Elliott. She was one of the surrogates and is now trying to gain custody of the baby that she gave birth to in March. And retired CIA officer and FBI special agent Tracy Walder, who now teaches counterterror at TCU. Tracy, Kayla, thank you each. Tracy, you said you've seen something like this before. What do you think it was about?
First, I actually want to thank Kayla for what she did in being a gestational surrogate. My own daughter was actually carried through a gestational surrogate. So I just really appreciate what you did. And I'm sorry that this turned out this way. What I have seen, and especially when I was an FBI agent in the LA field office, was something called birth tourism. There's actually 2 cases in 2019 and then in 2025 with Chinese nationals bringing individuals here to have babies here. Those babies growing up to a certain age here, going back to China, then coming back to the United States to actually engage in espionage. Now, I don't know if that's the case here. As you mentioned, Chris, this is really different than what we've seen before. And also what I thought was unique was the setup of their home, which it's been reported it was set up as almost a hotel with a clerk at the front desk. And so I have to really wonder more about what was going on in this home.
And who was financing it. Kayla, what can you tell us about how they got you to do this and what you think of it now?
Yeah, so back in January 2024, I had posted in a surrogate group on Facebook, basically trying to get some information about being a surrogate and what that looked like. I was reached out to on Facebook Messenger by Mark Surrogacy, and the message said something along the lines of, hey, Kayla, we have a Chinese intended parent couple that's ready to get started on this process. Would you be interested in talking more? So I agreed, and that's kind of how we got linked up to this whole mess.
What do you think it was about?
Honestly, after all of this is unfolded and all of these new facts have been brought to light, I definitely think there's some type of trafficking to some extent going on for sure. I mean, nobody in their right mind wants 21 children, and especially all at one time. I mean, it just, the setup, the way everything is playing out, I mean, it definitely seems like something very fishy is going on, and it seems like it could be happening internationally to China as well. So who knows?
Did you get any read on them? Like, what can you tell us about these people?
So I met the intended father, the dad,
Okay,
whenever
we're going to
I went to
rewind it.
California to do the
And
embryo
I want you
transfer.
guys to
He
hear
did
her
not speak
again.
English
It's
at
at the
all. He
very
spoke
beginning
Mandarin,
when
so
she
there,
first talking.
Like, what can you tell us about these people?
and it seems like it could be happening wants 21 children, and especially all at one time. This is unfolded, and all of these, how we got linked up to have a Chinese intended parent couple that's ready to get started on this process.
Listen to the
I
company.
was reached out to on Facebook Messenger by Mark Surrogacy, and the message said something along the lines of, "Hey Kayla, you know, we have a Chinese intended parent couple that's ready to get started on this process. Would you be interested in talking more?" So I agreed, and that's kind of how we got linked up to this whole mess.
What do you think it was about?
Honestly, after all of this is unfolded and all of these new facts have been brought to light, I definitely think there's some type of trafficking to some extent going on for sure. I mean, nobody in their right mind wants 21 children, and especially all at one time. I mean, it just, the setup, the way everything is playing out, I mean, it definitely seems like something very fishy is going on, and it seems like it could be happening internationally to China as well. So who knows?
Did you get any read on them? Like, what can you tell us about these people?
So I met the intended father, the dad, whenever I went to California to do the embryo transfer. He did not speak English at all. He spoke Mandarin. So there was an agency coordinator there who spoke Mandarin that actually translated for him. The mom, I didn't meet her at transfer, but I did meet her. She was actually the one that came to pick up the baby. She was the whole situation was odd. She did not seem in any way, loving towards the baby. She barely even held the baby. She barely looked at the baby. I mean, it was totally very transactional, and it almost seemed as though she wasn't the mother. Like, it just seemed very cold. So yeah, it was very strange. Definitely not what I expected.
Did the baby look Asian?
Oh yeah, the baby was 100% Chinese.
How are you doing with your effort to get custody?
So it's been a little bit of a challenge. I've talked to a few attorneys, and it seems like everyone's a little bit stumped as to how to go about this, especially because I'm in Texas, and I guess since the parents don't have trial until September, they haven't technically fully lost their custodial rights. And so, once that happens, we might have a good chance of me being able to gain, guardianship of the child. And that's the hope anyways. That's what we're praying for. So we hope that happens.
Tracy, how do you get out? You have 20 kids in your house, 6 living with other people. How do they get out? And like, what is the chance that they don't skip the country?
I am actually horrified, to be completely honest with you, Chris, that these individuals were released based on the scope and scale, if you want me to be honest, of what they're doing. I am shocked. But what I do think is because they owned that surrogacy agency, I think this is part of a larger FBI financial investigation that they are going to be doing, as well as what Kayla mentioned, an international trafficking investigation based on the setup of the house. That's what I think this is. My hope is obviously they will not skip the country. It's my understanding that they do have U.S. passports, but I am highly suspicious of that. In my own opinion, I also think from an investigatory standpoint, we need to look at these attorneys who okayed all of this.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all.
Okay, guys. I just wanted to show you that, and I'm not gonna be on here very long. but I want to read a Facebook post. I couldn't figure out how to pull the pictures up. I'm still having problems with that. But this is a Facebook post from the surrogate mother, Kayla Elliott. 4 days ago, she wrote, "And these are my intended parents. We are trying to get Hayes back, currently from foster care. All prayers are needed. Been dealing with this behind closed doors for 2 months now." And she posted a picture of the surrogate parents. And this was said on her Facebook. They don't even look real. This lady, and I'm going to hide their identities, but it's all public on Facebook. It's sad because I met the dad at the transfer. I met the mom when she picked the baby up. Another person says, "I can only imagine how you feel and everything going on. It truly sucks. When I saw the pictures, they didn't even look human." Next, "And you spoke so highly of them. This is unreal. How did they get all that money to get so many surrogates?" She says, "Selling the children." Now, this is a legend, all alleges, and in my opinion, sorry. But this is what they're writing on Facebook. And she said, "Yep." She said, "That's just so incredibly sad and evil. I really hope you get the baby back. Love." She said, "I hope so too. Sending tons of prayers. This has to be stressful for you. I hope everything falls into place for y'all." And this girl is a creator, it looks like, on TikTok and everywhere else. So you can follow her story and on Facebook, Kayla Elliott. And I did a hashtag in my description. But guys, this is popping up. This is crazy after what we've seen on videos and everything, you know. So I don't know if it's affiliated. I'm not saying that. Please don't take me wrong. I don't want to spread any kind of misinformation at all. But when I saw this, I was like, oh my word. So we'll follow this case, see what this comes to, and maybe I can reach out to Miss Elliott. Yeah, Angel, this is awful. And unfortunately, it looks like it happens all over the world. It's crazy. But I thank you guys for coming. I love you, and God bless y'all. Happy Sunday, and we will see you soon.